Hello everyone, my name is Chi. I'm a member of the AEC Digital Transformation team in Pentagon Solutions. And in this video, I'm going to show and talk about grading in Civil 3D. Grading consists of feature lines which are linear features in the drawing, such as a ridgeline, building footprint, or the bottom of a swell. Also, the target, which can be a surface, a distance, or an elevation. We will go through some of the basics in creating a simple grading for a building footprint. So let's begin. First, we're going to create a stepped offset line. So to start off, we are going to type in the command offset gap type. And by default, it goes by 0. So we're just going to go with 1. The offset gap type is variable controls on how potential gaps between segments are treated when closed polylines such as this building pad feature line are offsetted. Okay, so once we've had that gap type set, we're just going to go up to our Home tab, go to feature line, and we're going to go to create feature line from stepped offset. First, we'll ask to specify a distance. So knowing Civil 3D, it goes by meters. So I'm just going to say, let's put in 1.5 meters. I'm going to hit enter. Next, we need to select our feature line. So I'm just going to select this pad feature line and pick a side. So I'm going to pick the outside. Once picked, you'll have to specify your gradient. So for this, let's say I'm going to put in -1. So the only reason why I'm putting in -1 is because it moves it to the outside of my pad instead of the inside when it's positive. Once you're happy, just basically hit enter twice or hit the escape button to get out of your command. As you can tell in the left side, our offset is not really looking the best. So we're going to fix this. We're going to go over to our modify, go over to fillet, and we're going to select our object, which is the outside of the pad. So as you can see with the white line, it indicates where this fillet is going to be. So for this fillet, you can change your radius if you want to, but I'm just going to keep it with default at 10. So I'm just going to place the line here. And I'm going to fix this line over here. Hit enter twice or escape to finish your command. And as you can see in my 3D view, the outside offset is quite smooth. Okay, so the next part is we're going to create a grading group and specify the grading creation settings. So from our home button, we're just going to go over to grading and click on to grading creation tools. From here, we're going to first create our grading group. Make sure that, well, where our grading is coming from our building pad. Create a grading group name. So let's call this slope grading with feature lines. And while we're creating our grading group, this would be for later purposes of doing your volume calculations. So we want to automatically create a surface let's say use the group name. And in here, you can change your surface styles, your spacings, and your angles. But for this purpose, I'm just going to leave things as default. Next part, we're going to say our volume-based surface. So we're going to make sure this is on and make sure existing ground is selected. From here, we're just going to say OK, and the Create Surface dialog box will pop up. And in here, you can still change the display of your surface itself. But again, I'm just going to leave this as default and just say OK. And from here, we're going to OK this as well. Next, we're going to select our target surface. We only have one surface, so this is ideal. So we're just going to make sure that it's on existing ground. And we're going to hit OK. Next, we're going to check our criteria set. So for this demonstration, we only have some of the basics or the defaults. But in bigger projects, you might have other sets or other options. So in here is where you can actually pick multiple, different options for your grading. But again, we're just going to save things as basic. Hit OK. We're going to go to our criteria list, and we're going to say grade the surface. So once you're happy with how your settings or your setup is, we're going to start creating our surface now. So we are going to go over to this right-hand side and create our grading. As you can see, AutoCAD or Civil 3D will always prompt up our next step. So we're going to select our feature line, which is the outside of our building footprint. We're going to say that our grading side is on the outside, not on the inside. And we're going to say the entire length of the feature line. For this, we're just going to keep things as default. So our slope, keep our slope to 2 to 0, 0 to 1. Hit enter. And again, we're going to keep everything to default. Just keep in mind that most projects probably will be different, so you just have to play about with how your gradients or how your slope is going to go. So as you can see here, I'm just going to move this aside. We have created our gradient from gradient surface to our existing surface. So to give you an idea, green is for your infill and red is for your cuts. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to fill in the empty spots for the surface. So we are going to continue on in our grading creation tools. I'm going to go over here and say grade distance. Go down to my style and click on, let's say, shoulder. So once we have that set, we're going to go over to our create grading, go to the drop-down box and say create infill. So now Civil 3D is prompting me to select the area for my infill. And as you can see, there's two different places. If I pick inside here, you can see where my boundary is for this infill. So inside the pad and on the shoulder and outside where the ramp is. So first, since I picked shoulder, I'm going to choose to infill the outside of the pad itself. So once I click onto that, it shows a diamond shape, which indicates that there has been an infill or surface creation. So we're going to go into our 3D, and as you can see, is created our infill. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the infill of the building pad. So we're going to go into our grading creation tools, go to style, drop down, and click pad. And again, we're just going to click create grading infill. And pick the inside of the pad. As you can see, the gray is the outside, so that's where some of the slopes are between the grading and the pad. And then this golden yellow area is the pad itself. Okay, so once you're happy with how your grading is coming out as, we're just going to hit escape to get out of any commands. And I'm going to show you how to do a volume calculation. So this is where you can actually calculate how much you need to infill and cut. So go and close out the grading creation tool. Go over to Analyze and go to Volumes Dashboard. So in here, we are just going to go over to the third icon. So this is Create New Volume Surface. Click onto this. And we're going to make sure we're in Triangulation Volume Surface. So in here, we are just going to give this surface a name. So let's say Building Footprint. Let's see. Volume Calculations. So volume cal. And then down here, we're going to make sure our base surface is the existing ground. And then our comparisons is our slope grading with feature line. So this came in whenever we created our grading group. So we're going to click that, make sure it's OK, and click OK. And for cut and fill factors, this can vary depending on how much percentage of tolerance you want or how little of tolerance you want. We're going to keep this as default at 1, and we're just going to say OK. And as you can see here, it's now populated in our volume dashboard. So you can see the cut and fill factor is at 1, our style of our surface, area square feet, our cut, fill, and how much of a net adjustment we have. And as you can see here, the green, red is our infill, our cut, and green is our infill. And that's basically the basics of grading in Civil 3D. So thanks for watching, and remember to click subscribe to be kept up to date for future content. Thank you.